not be running as leader?
It makes my decision a little bit easier, actually. This is the first I heard about it.
What do you mean it makes your decision easier?
Because I have a very long-term relationship with Dom. I love the guy. He's very dynamic, very powerful speaker. I think there's probably a lot of people that will be disappointed that he's decided not to run. I have indicated that I haven't decided what I'm going to be doing yet. I still reflecting in terms of Justin Trudeau. And that.
Is it easier or harder to get re-elected, Kevin? Does it get easier to get re-elected now that Trudeau's not in the...
For me, it doesn't change. You know, I took out my signs before the snow fell when Singh tore up the agreement. I took them seriously. I went and got my signs out, so I'm ready to go. At the end of the day, I think that we reading too much into the leadership. The Liberal Party has now, because of a decision by Justin Trudeau to step aside, which I disagreed with, but because of that, the Liberal Party has an opportunity to be able to show Canadians that we can get the change that they desire if we do it right. That means we have to listen and we have to be open to ideas. We've done a lot of wonderful things, some things maybe not so wonderful. And we have to be open to listen to what candidates have to say. And if we do this right and we engage Canadians, I think that we can have the type of change that Canadians want to see and not be scared by Pierre Poilievre.
You're saying it makes your decision easier. Does that mean you're leaning towards not running because LeBlanc's not goes leader? You said it would make your decision easier.
Oh, because he was one of the individuals I was seriously looking at.
So you might go then, because of not him.
No. I'm running in the next election. I've committed. I've got my signs. We're ready. I've already have my first draft of my brochures. I'm ready to go. I've been doing this since 1988. I take elections never stop. They're ongoing. At the end of the day, what I'm suggesting is that because of the decision that the Prime Minister has made, even though I disagree with his decision, I believe the Liberal Party is at an opportunity here in which we can demonstrate to Canadians we understand the desire and the need for change. If we don't screw this thing up, if we do appeal to Canadians in a very real and tangible, genuine way, be open to ideas, acknowledge the things that we've done well in, but also reflect on the ideas that maybe would make a difference, that would demonstrate clearly that we are changing. They can have change through a new leader and a new Liberal Party, as opposed to taking the high risk of going to Pierre Poilievre.
Should the rules be tightened to avoid the foreign interference?
Pardon me?
Should the rules be tightened for the leadership race to avoid foreign
I think the foreign interference has had more of an impact on Conservatives, including the leadership of the Conservative Party. At the end of the day, our leadership team that's been around the table that have to ensure that there's integrity within our leadership race. I have confidence in that, and we can learn from Pierre Poilievre and the disaster they had, because there is all serious allegations of foreign interference into their leadership. We don't want that to happen.
Just to finish on that, in your race, do you think that the rules need to be changed around who can vote, and should it be citizens or
people that should be entitled to vote, from my past experience, permanent residents and Canadian citizens. Those are the individuals that should be allowed to vote. As long as you're 14 years and older, we have an opportunity, and if we get this thing right, we can demonstrate very clearly to Canadians that we are an alternative for change. We can be the change that Canadians want if we do this thing right.
So you think Justin Trudeau could have won this election? Do you think Justin Trudeau could have won this election?
I had no problem with Justin Trudeau continuing on. We've got to put into perspective in terms of the amount of money that the Conservatives and other stakeholders have invested in discrediting Justin Trudeau over the years. It's disgraceful in terms of the millions of dollars that have been mounted against him through, in particular, social media. I believe that the timing for him in terms of stepping down, and I disagree with what likely is a majority of people, I believe the timing is right. We have enough time to have a solid leadership campaign. We will get candidates going into the race. I think at the end of the day, Canadians will be satisfied.
In terms of what you're talking about with your party needing to sort of show that you can change,
yes.
What would that look like to you? What do you think the party needs to respond to in the public?
So for example, there are some things that I believe are sacred. One of those things is health care. I believe we've done some wonderful things in health care. Some things maybe not as much. You know, there's a lot of resistance to the carbon tax. I think that at the very least we need to, check with Canadians on that particular issue. And if there's a leadership candidate that's thinking about it, I'm not necessarily going to discourage it. I think that we have to put everything on the table. If we fail at demonstrating to Canadians that we cannot be that venue for change, we will not be in government come summertime. I believe the election's coming up in May for an election date. I'm hoping that whomever our new leader is will come forward with a throne speech that will excite Canadians, that will demonstrate that we are the change that they want to be, that they need.
Can I ask you, just before you go, there's been this Liberal Party